I'm going to introduce to you an application called Dexteria Dots 2, which is the second one in the series brought to you by Binary Labs. Dexteria Dots 2 is an engaging way for kids ages 6 through 8 to build and practice fundamental motor and math skills. This is the home screen for the Dexteria Dots 2 application. Before we get into it, let's have a look at the information along the bottom. This button here turns off and on the sound. The I button gives you a description of the application and how to play. Dexteria Dots 2 helps kids improve their visual tracking, visual memory, and visual motor planning skills. They will also learn basic math concepts like comparing numbers, counting, addition and subtraction by manipulating dots on the screen. Each dot has 3 number value indicators, including numeral, corresponding number of mini dots, and relative diameter. Each dot's diameter is proportional to its numerical value relative to the other dots. For example, a 2 dot has twice the diameter of a 1 dot, and a 4 dot has twice the diameter of a 2 dot. There are 4 levels of difficulty for each of the 3 activities, resulting in an unlimited fun and replay ability. The objective is to try to beat your best time while collecting bonus dots along the way. I will show you how to use the slice, tap, drag in, and drag out options in just a minute when I show you how to play the game. The Options button at the bottom of the screen allows the user to tell a friend, clear best scores, and provide feedback. Lastly, the Report button shows the user's activity log. It includes the date, level, time, and completion for both making dots equal and comparing dots. The user can choose to email, clear the scores, or go back to the home screen at any time. This activity log can be used to email the teacher the student's progress with the application. The home screen shows that the app comes with 2 games, Making Equal Dots and Comparing Dots. Both have graded levels of difficulty from beginner to expert levels and decrease prompts as a child begins to master play. First up is Making Equal Dots. There are 4 levels: beginner, intermediate, advanced, and expert. Let's begin with the beginner level.
Use all the dots to make 2 equal dots.
The objective is to make 2 dots that are equal in color, size, and value from all the dots presented. In the beginning level, you are presented with multicolored dots that show markings for counting. So there's 3 markings there representing the number 3. Each dot includes a numerical value, so 1, 3, 1, 1, and 4, and each dot varies in size according to each number. There are 4 ways to interact with the dots. You can drag in to join dots for adding, so 1 plus 3 is 4, 1 plus 4 is 5. You can drag out of a dot to decrease its value by 1 for subtracting. 4 minus 1 is 3, 5 minus 1 is 4, and so on. You can slice the dots to divide them in 2 for dividing, or you can tap the dot, which will blow the dot up into its corresponding number of parts for counting. After successfully making 2 equal dots, you are rewarded with a fun animation and soundtrack which further reinforces student play. The app shows the recording of your time throughout the course of your play. It also shows your best time, which allows the user to compete and beat their previous best. As you drag the dots to one another, you will notice that they will change in color, size, and value. 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The students can memorize the different colors for each number because as one moves to higher levels, the numbers disappear. You can choose to skip a level at any time during the game. You can choose to exit or pause the game at any time during the game. So let's now go to the intermediate level and see what is different.
Use all the dots to make 2 equal dots.
What you should notice now is that all of the dots are missing a number inside of the circle. Let's go to the advanced level to compare.
Use all the dots to make 2 equal dots.
In this level, you are missing the markings for counting as well as the value of the dots. This allows the student to discover different ways to achieve the goal of making 2 equal dots.
Use all the dots to make 2 equal dots.
In the expert level, you will notice that the dots lose its color, markings, and the number. Learning becomes a process of experimenting with the size of the dots to achieve the goal. All of these facets help make learning fun and increase retaining information by using visual, auditory, and motor cues. Another great aspect is that there is no right or wrong way to approach and carry out the objective. Now we can look at the other game called Compare Dots. This activity takes what you have learned in the last activity, making equal dots, and applies it in a new way by comparing and contrasting dots to find which is less than, greater than, or equal to. In the beginning level, you still have the color, the markings, and the number on each dot.
Which side is greater? Combine dots to find out, then select your answer.
You combine all of the dots and check the side of the greater value, or check the middle for equal value. This side is greater, so I would check this box. This is a fun and engaging way to teach students to compare numbers. The other levels work the same as making equal dots. So if we go to the intermediate level,
which side is greater? Combine dots to find out, then select your answer.
The intermediate level leaves out the number in the middle of the circles. This side is larger, so you would click that button. Let's go to the advanced level.
Which side is greater? Combine dots to find out, then select your answer.
The advanced level leaves out the markings for counting as well as the value of the dots. You still see the colors though. So they have the same value, so you would click the equal button. Lastly, the expert level.
Which side is greater? Combine dots to find out, then select your answer.
The expert level leaves out the color, markings, and the number of each dot. This side is greater, so click this check mark. Each level changes just a little bit to help kids adapt to the new demands of the task. This application is great for exceptional students because it involves one to look at the screen and decide whether to physically drag in, drag out, tap, or slice the dots. This allows the student to carry out smooth, coordinated efforts of the hand and eyes together. which then translates to better handling manipulatives and fine motor control. Dexteria Dots 2 is manufactured by Binary Labs, Inc., and is a subsequent to Dexteria Dots. It costs $2.99 to download the application in the iTunes App Store and is compatible with the iPhone, iPad, and iPod Touch. Kids love Dexteria Dots 2 because it is very interactive and hands-on. It provides endless gameplay with multiple mastery levels. It provides fun and rewarding sound effects and animations, and it allows one to feel accomplished. Parents and teachers love Dexteria Dots 2 because it is very simple to use. It teaches fundamental math concepts and motor skills while allowing the students to have fun. It is available on the iPad, iPhone, or iPod Touch. It also supports several Common Core standards. Occupational therapists love Dexteria Dots 2 because the students use visual tracking and fine motor skills. It helps practice visual memory, and it requires visual motor planning.